Oh, hey there, didn't see you. I know, this is different. Maybe a little bit strange. Some might even say, I don't know, questionable. In fact, I know you must have lots of questions. Naturally, me showing up in a video on a rowing machine, it's bound to raise a few. Questions like, why is Jacob wearing a headband that doesn't match his wristbands? Or, what kind of rowing machine is he on anyway? Is that a Nordic flywheel or a Stamina hydraulic? Does he really sweat that much when he exercises? Or is there like a hair and makeup crew just offset, making sure he glistens just right? Yeah, you probably got a few questions, which I guess I hope it creates a certain amount of tension so that you're intrigued to keep watching. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you have this sneaking suspicion that in fact I'm not just working out, but I'm actually filming a promo for a new and exciting teaching series that we're launching this week at VCG. And that, in some way, it's going to have something to do with a headband, a rowing machine, and a local gym. If that's where your curiosity is taking you, you would be right. Oh, and if you're wondering if I just passed 500 meters on this particular row, you would be wrong, because I just did 700. Well, in a day or so, you're going to receive a teaching entitled Questionable, where some of those questions, they're going to be answered in a series we're launching called Living Questionable Lives. As a community who follows Jesus together, we're called to be different. We're called to live questionable lives, lives that intrigue, lives that evoke questions. Throughout church history, this has always been the case. There have been these communities of faith who've given themselves to an alternative way of living, who have built their lives and built their church communities around the way of Jesus found in the Sermon on the Mount. Together, they've raised questions and they've challenged the status quo and they've changed history. Of course, they've been labeled, called, the crazy ones, round pegs and square holes, eccentric, been questioned, and yet the answers their lives gave moved the kingdom of God and the mission of Jesus forward. You and I are in a time in history right now being called to do the same. As a church, we're in a season where we're being called into the questionable. We're dreaming different kinds of dreams about what the unchanging mission of God looks like. Because as he always has, Jesus continues to call ordinary people like us to embody the extraordinary values of his kingdom by living differently together. Values like generosity and hospitality and compassion and beauty. So for the next 6 weeks, we're going to talk. We're going to talk about how we live these same kind of lives together as followers of Jesus. It's going to take work. It's going to take action. We may sacrifice and sweat a bit. There may be some rowing of sorts involved. I don't know. But I promise you, it's going to be fun because I promise you, this is what you were created for. One last thing, while I still have a little lung capacity left, we want you to join us in person this Sunday at one of our 4 branches. We miss some of you, and we need you to come row with us. I know. It's summer, and there are vacations, and barbecues, and sports, picnics, but we want you to consider joining a branch between now and the end of August. Branches are just smaller expressions of our larger church, and they meet the 2nd, the 3rd, and the 4th weekends of each month. There should be a link at the bottom of the screen right now. It's going to take you to a place on our website. You can get all the info and get signed up. If you've still got questions like, why would I do this whole video while on a rowing machine? Watch the teaching. Get connected to our new series. It's coming your way this weekend. Until then, grace and peace and pastoral sweat to you, my friends. See ya.